This episode contains discussions of crumbling relationships, both romantic and platonic, which can be a bit of a heavy topic, so listen at your own discretion. It is Thursday, the 17th of April, 2025. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Today, we're talking about a song I've mentioned in the last few episodes that, because we're coming to the end, there's a bunch of songs I want to do throughout the run that I'm just like firing out now. But there's a few others that I've added in here that have come out recently or that I've discovered recently that I wasn't planning to do, obviously, because I didn't know them yet. And I just had them stuck in my head or just really got into them. And I was like, no, I need to talk about that in the show. And today is one such case, because today we're talking about We Hug Now by Sydney Rose. Sydney Rose is a musician I know next to nothing about. Genius says she's from Georgia, and that's basically all I know about her. She's got a few EPs on Spotify. In fact, this song came out in February, but the EP the song was released on came out just a week ago. It was early April, so a recent song to be sure. But it went viral on TikTok. People used it in a lot of videos, and that's indeed where I discovered it. I get a lot of fandom edits, people putting sad music to TV shows I enjoy. Particularly, I get a lot of Castlevania, and there was an edit of Castlevania with this song, and I downloaded it and sent it to my boyfriend, and he, apart from enjoying the edit, was like, I need to know what song this is great. And I didn't know the song when I sent him the edit, but then he looked up the song separately and really liked it and just was listening to it all the time. And then one time we were driving somewhere and he was playing music and this song came on, and he's like, see, it's a song from the Castlevania edit. And I was like, oh man, this is a really good song actually. And then just the other day, randomly, the bridge of this song popped into my head, and I was like, what fucking song is that? And then I remembered, oh, right, it's that song from the Castlevania edit. So I listened to it again. I was like, man, such a good song. I need to talk about that. So here we are. There was a music video. I will link it down below, but I haven't watched it myself. I'm going to be watching it now for the first time, so I have no thoughts on it. But yeah, let's go listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. That was We Hug Now by Sydney Rose. I had a preconceived notion of what this song was about. And then I watched the music video and I was like, okay, that pretty much confirms what I thought the song was about. And then people in the comments, 90% of the comments on the music video were like, I always thought this song was about this thing, and now this music video confirms it. And I was like, that's not what I thought it was about. Why do people think that's what it's about from this music video? So... I thought this song was very simply about a breakup. It's about kind of having a good relationship with the person you broke up with, but it kind of makes it harder because it's not the same kind of relationship. You don't see each other as often. You hug rather than kiss and all that. But basically everyone and their granny thinks this song is about friendship breakups. And I'm not saying it isn't. I should be clear. I'm not saying that that they're all inherently wrong. I just think it's really interesting that's not how I interpreted it at all. And then everyone is like, the music video confirms it. It's like, no, I just saw gay yearning in the music video. That's not what I saw at all. Now, the idea of the song being about friendship breakups is actually a really interesting one because people don't talk about that as much, or at least they're only starting to talk about it now. Platonic love is a whole big topic, and I've tried to write short stories about it, and I've written poems about it, certainly. People assume that platonic love has to lead to romantic or sexual love, but it doesn't. Platonic love is platonic love. And so I think it's very interesting that you could explore this from both a romantic and a platonic angle, and it makes complete sense in both ways. So I guess we're going to kind of balance those as we talk about the song, because now I'm kind of split between the two interpretations. I think it works for both, frankly, but I don't know which one she wrote it with in mind, So let's start going through the lyrics. You don't see stars here, they're just city lights. I think back to where you live and how you can see the entire sky. It's occasional, sometimes I'll see the moon and I'll think of you. My mom will convince me and I'll get the courage to ask. We will get coffee in Canton and you'll nervously laugh. When we hug, because we don't hug, we never used to do that. We don't do that. Sometimes I go to sleep and I'm still 17. You still live down my street. You're not mad at me. I suppose the chorus does make it sound more friendship breakup-y, doesn't it? Well, anyway, you don't see stars here, they're just city lights. Wherever she is, presumably her hometown, or where she's moved to now, maybe, you don't see the stars, you just see city lights. It's all light pollution, right? And then I think back to where you live and how you can see the entire sky. And so maybe this person stayed in their shared hometown, or this person moved away and, she used to visit, but now she doesn't visit anymore. And so she doesn't see that the sky lit up with stars anymore. It's occasional. Sometimes I'll see the moon and I'll think of you. So the implication is that they both used to stargaze together. And now when she sees the moon, she thinks of this person, right? My mom will convince me and I'll get the courage to ask. Again, I suppose makes sense for friendship breakups that it would be like that the mother would encourage. But I think also if you have a loving mother, she'd encourage you to be friendly with your exes maybe. We will get coffee in Canton. So Canton is a place in Georgia, because as I mentioned, Senior is from Georgia. And you'll nervously laugh when we hug, because we don't hug. We never used to do that. We don't do that. I feel like people are saying that the whole meaning of that is that it's like, you don't see each other often, so you hug because it's like such an occasion. But to me, like I said, when I was first talking about it, it's like it's the implication of we hug because we used to kiss, and now the hug is in place of that. And I think they both work, And then sometimes I go to sleep and I'm still 17. You still live down my street. You're not mad at me. That's the most. I think that's the biggest argument for this being about friendship, because the idea is that they grew up together and they lived down the street from each other and they were close friends, and it implies that the person is currently mad at her. But also she could have grown up near her ex, it could be either. And in that dream, I will say everything I wanted, that every day after May I haven't found what I needed. No one has come close to you, and I don't think anyone will. And the chorus again. This part makes me think more of romance. Makes me think of the bit in Black and White that we talked about last week. I can lose a lover, but I cannot lose a lover and a friend. I can find another, but I'll never find another you again, right? So she's talking about dreaming of this time when they're still close, and she dreams that she can tell this person what she's feeling, every day after May, so whenever the schism happened. I haven't found what I needed. No one has come close to you, and I don't think anyone will. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just I can't replace you in my life. It's very clear that, this wasn't her idea, this separation, And the bridge, which is the big... what's the term? The main attraction, I guess, the star attraction. This song has very much a Phoebe Bridgers vibe to me, which is probably not a shock. But the switch up in tempo between the verses and choruses and the bridge makes me think of the separation between the two sections of I Know the End. But then the bridge is, I have a feeling you got everything you wanted, and you're not wasting time stuck here with like me. You're just thinking it's a small thing that happened. The world ended when it happened to me. And the rest of the song is just that repeating a few times. And that just punches you right in the gut. I have a feeling you got everything you wanted, so the other person got everything out of the relationship. They feel fulfilled by it, but she still feels unfulfilled. And you're not wasting time stuck here like me. I think that implies that Sydney, stayed in the hometown or wherever they lived before, and the other person moved away. You're just thinking it's a small thing that happened. The world ended when it happened to me. It's such a good line. It's very, the axe remembers, but the tree forgets, right? She's like, it means less to you that our friendship or our relationship ended, but for me, it's everything. It's all I can think about. The world ended when it happened to me. My world has not been the same since. Just what a soul-crushing song. It's so good. It makes me so sad. And I love that bridge. And I need to go listen to the rest of her fucking music now, because I really like this song, and I'm glad I watched Castlevania, so I eventually ended up at this moment. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Break it down. Because I really like this song. Yay, my vlog exported.